Okay, last team here, Brad, 2020 Tennessee Titans. Before we talk about them, the 2020 Fantasy Football Almanac and Draft Guide, free updates throughout the offseason. Check in the Amazon link below. Got 45-star reviews. It's a 5-star rated book. Free updates, like I said, throughout the offseason, better sleepers, better picks, better draft strategy, better draft tiers, all of that. So just check it out, learn more, better than anything you're going to be able to get in a grocery store. And I think, as you can see in the reviews, I think better than anything you'll get on Amazon for that matter. Okay, so the Tennessee Titans, Tannehill is the starting quarterback there. They have him, and they just signed, as of today, Derrick Henry to a 4-year contract. So they have him. I think that was a huge deal. We saw A.J. Brown ball out as a rookie receiver last year, kind of the exception to the rule where the rookie really comes out and does well. They had a little bit of subterfuge in the salary cap because they had to pay Tannehill and they had to pay Derrick Henry, so they've lost some pieces. But I think that Vrabel and the coaching staff is building a nice program there. Adding an offensive lineman helps in the draft. I know they lost one in free agency. I like this Titans team. They did have to reload a little bit in free agency, though. Did have to reload in the draft, so they lost some pieces, but the core is still there. What do you think about the Titans and what they did towards the last part of the NFL season and the playoff run, getting to the AFC Championship game?
That was so awesome. I loved the Titans, man. And I loved, what's his name? Henry? Did we just say that?
Yeah, Henry, Derrick Henry, yeah.
Henry God, that guy, I love watching him play.
Mm-hmm.
And, we don't see enough in today's day and age of, like, hard-nosed, run the ball, like, button it up. We're going to win that way. It's smash mouth. We're just going to be stronger than you, and that's how we're going to win.
Right.
I don't think you get a lot of that, and I loved it. I ate it up.
Yeah, and when they, I got the bet right in the postseason when they beat. Now I thought the Ravens would win the game by 3, but I was definitely on the Titans to cover that playoff game that they won, and they did. They played physical. They basically matched the intensity of Baltimore physically, and Baltimore is a physical kind of first team, and they had trouble closing the gap when they had a 2-score lead on them. So Tennessee was able to do that. Now, Kansas City, they had a 2-score lead on Kansas City. You can't keep Kansas City down for 4 quarters. You just can't. So you need even Bill O'Brien. They had a 4-score lead on them. They just couldn't keep them.
Yeah,
you can't keep Kansas City down. But any other team. If they played any other team in that AFC Championship game, they would have made the Super Bowl. But it is what it is, man. Kansas City's great, and they proved it.
Right.
Like Tannehill, I always thought he was a little underrated as a quarterback. I came out last – it was funny because when we did this division preview last year, now I was a little rude, but I was talking about how Mariota, just not a believer in Mariota, and that Tannehill would be the starter there. I got nailed. I had threats to my safety, Brad, if you can believe it. People were that up
Wait, what did you say?
I just said Marcus Mariota is not an NFL quarterback, and he's not. He's not. I'm sorry, he's not. And I know I'm going to have Titans fans this year watching this and listening to this get all ticked off. Mariota's not an NFL quarterback.
How is that crossing some line?
I don't know, man. He's a likable guy.
Like
he's very likable,
yeah.
and people love their quarterback. But once we saw Tannehill, the difference with Tannehill is that he can throw the ball downfield. And so once Tannehill got in there, Tennessee took off. And that's why I think Tennessee, even in the over-under win totals in the division, people are kind of feeling like they caught lightning in the bottle. I think this is a different offense because I think Tannehill throws the ball downfield. I think Tannehill was a little bit underrated in Miami. People don't like Adam Gase. But people also forget that Tannehill took the Dolphins to the playoffs. Didn't play in the playoffs because I think he shredded his ACL in Week 17 that year. But Tannehill is a legitimate playoff quarterback, and he took that team to the AFC Championship game. That defense, that tough physical football that Vrabel kind of puts together is obviously a big part. And when they have a lead, dude, they can run it out with Derrick Henry too, which is a big deal. And so I like this team, man. This is kind of like what we grew up watching in the 90s. It harkens back to those days. A.J. Brown is a good enough threat, and they add some pieces in the passing game. Jonnu Smith is ascending at tight end. I like this Titans team, man. I think they're underrated. I actually put them ahead of Houston. If I had to guess, I think Indy finishes first, Tennessee finishes second, makes the playoff. Houston finishes on tiebreakers third and misses the playoffs. That's my prediction for this division. So I like the Tennessee Titans a lot. I think they're a team that is built for the playoffs, which is a good thing, like we saw last year. I don't think last year was smoke and mirrors. Now, do I think that they're going to get a 90% 90, Brad, 90% touchdown percentage when they get in the red zone. That's not sustainable. It's just not, right? Teams that can run the ball well statistically are better in the red zone, but 90% when Tannehill took over, that's not sustainable.
Wow.
So they're gonna take a little bit
right.
of a step back. That's why I say they're probably like a 9-7, 10-6 team. But they're a team I don't want to play in freaking January and February, because when that weather gets cold, Tannehill can throw the ball downfield, and Derrick Henry's hitting you, punching in the face. That's not a team I want to play, and that's not a team the Ravens wanted to play last year. It's just they're a good team, so I respect the hell out of them. I just think Indianapolis with Phillip Rivers and that organization takes a little bit of a step forward, but I'm not counting the Titans out, and I'll take the apologies from all those Titans fans that didn't think Tannehill would be the starter last year and were really angry and were coming out and ripping into me. I'll take your apologies now, and you can tell me that I was right. Because I know I'm going to get a lot of compliments, based on my football knowledge. Because I know the Titans fans are just waiting to apologize for that analysis that I gave them last year in their disagreement. I think they enjoyed that AFC championship run. Do you think so, Brad?
A little bit.
And I'm still going to get comments that Mariota, the book is not closed on Mariota. I promise you, I'm going to get those comments too. So that's fine. That's all well and good. I'm content taking your apologies 10 years from now. Anyway. Let me hit you with the over-under, Brad. Over-under for the Tennessee Titans, 8.5 wins.
I'm going to go under. I say they win 8 games.
I disagree, man. I think 9 games is the floor for them, assuming Tannehill is healthy.
Okay.
That's just where I am.
I actually don't think they repeat their success. I don't know why. It's just
well, look, man, that red zone touchdown percentage stat is, I mean, it's like if you play on easy level in Madden, you struggle to get a 90% touchdown conversion percentage. It's just crazy. But the Titans did it last year. I don't think they can do that this year. Teams will be a little bit more prepared. But look, man, they can hand the ball off to Derrick Henry 4 times and get 12 yards and just keep that thing moving forward. Derrick Henry, he can get you 3 yards per carry. Just don't even punt. Just hand the ball off.
Yeah, right. I know.
I know. I'm just goofing.
I'll probably eat my words.
I think the Titans are better. I'm on the over, and I think we can end the episode there. Brad, thanks for the time. AFC South in the books. We're going to be talking about the very interesting NFC South next week with Tom Brady and Drew
very
Brees.
Interesting.
Ooh, new kind of regime there in Carolina, and then you have Atlanta, who I know you don't really like so much, Brad, but they're always they're always at least 500. So. Well, they're interesting. So, anyway, we'll talk about that next week. Hey, everybody, go out, make some bets, and get paid.